Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
All right, let's do this. We're ready. Are you sure we're ready? What's that? You said we're ready. Did you hear her say
said it.
She
I said we were ready.
Look, we're cut off. We're not even human.
Oh my gosh.
So let's fix this. This is every time,
All
folks.
right.
We got something different going on here.
All right, there's one.
Okay. All right, now we got to go to.
And I made us a new preset, so this
Oh,
should
you
work
did.
quickly.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see.
I don't know what preset I overrode, but
okay, well, who cares?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't make a difference. 99 was the old one.
No, I just changed it to 9.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Who cares?
Look at that.
That's fine. Look
Wow.
at you. Like a boss.
Yeah,
She's got it figured out. So can you see a little burn on my face?
a little bit.
Yeah. So I want to just be clear to people. It's not from the sun.
Mhm.
So I had a treatment for, I don't mind saying it. I mean, I don't want to talk about my personal stuff, but I have to, if you think this is going to really be show up starking, like with a starking contrast on air.
I don't think so.
Okay. I can't put any makeup on
Right
today.
on it.
Not today. I probably can tomorrow, but today I'm not allowed to touch any of it because this is I did my last treatment. So I had pre-cancer, and so they prescribe a new cream that is it's basically like a chemo cream. And so I've been applying that. I had to do it for a regimen for 5 days. I was off Friday, so you wouldn't have seen the burn. Probably should have scheduled this a little differently. I probably should have started taking it a week ago if I could have, and then ended it. So, but unfortunately, you're going to see this for the next couple of days. It's a burn, but it's a strategic burn.
Yeah.
And so if you see my face, don't say, boy, that Dave, he likes to get in the fights or he spends too much time in the sun. The answer is yes, I spent too much time in the sun. And now I don't have that luxury. So now I'm a 30 SPF, a 50 SPF kind of guy. Not afraid to say it. In fact, I bought some more stuff at Walgreens, along with, we have a new mirror.
Yay, new mirror.
So we had so many crises.
So
today
many.
at work. And by the way, Nate called me over the weekend, early in the morning. She had a problem with something. That's fine. You guys, you know this. Pick up the phone and call me.
Right.
I will never say, oh my God, I can't believe you woke me up out of bed. No. because
How dare you?
How dare you? No, because that's my job. And, I am a problem solver. I like to solve problems when I can. But the problems we had between Saturday and today, no, I could not have solved them.
There are so many problems.
I fixed the Saturday one and I thought I was a genius. You saw what I did with Saturday. I thought I was really smart. Yeah. I don't want to get into what we did, but you have the same problem many times. Tanya Gibson Arnold. Thank you. But today it was just next level. Everybody got together and they fixed it temporarily. I say everything's temporary here because we don't know.
Yeah, I mean anything could break at any time.
Right. But
seems to be working fine.
Y'all did great. But the big crisis came mid-morning when Elise got to work. And Elise
huge
says,
crisis.
Where's the mirror?
Dun dun.
So I got upset because I bought that mirror. I spent a lot of money on it.
Really? How much?
No. I bought it at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, I figured.
Or Big Lots, one of those two. And I feel like I spent $7 on it. So what did I do? I went to this fancy store. Real fancy.
The one on the corner. Are they the corner?
Not really the corner store. But it's got green on it. Dollar Tree.
Oh, it's got green on it.
Yeah, Dollar Tree.
Oh, Dollar. Oh, right.
So I went to Dollar Tree. I bought up 3 mirrors.
Very fancy.
One's going to be a hidden mirror, hiding it in its packaging. So if we ever have this problem in 6 months, I don't have to run back to the store. Although I run a Dollar Tree about twice a day. So I got that.
That's very frequent.
Yeah, I got water for me. I got just basically we ended up getting a bunch of stuff. But you can't go into you cannot go into Dollar Tree and get one item. You go into Dollar Tree and you get like 8 things. That's how.
And it's not $8 anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. So, well, it's $8. You're buying 2 things. Let's say hi to a couple people. Environmental Masters in Plumbing. Hello, Raynell Lang. And is there any update weather? Yeah, we're going to get to that, Raynell. Don't worry, we're here. We're going to do that.
She
Tiffany
also doesn't
Boyd
have
Crawford.
sunburn problems.
Hey, Raynell, that's great. You don't have sunburn problems. God bless you. That's fantastic.
I do the sunscreen and the hat. And you know what I did? I was weeding on Saturday, and to protect myself from both the sun and the insects, I wore a long sleeve shirt and gloves and long pants, and I had my the hat with the wide.
Really?
I still got the ants crawled up my shirt to bite me, and then I got bit on my other hand through my glove.
Oh, wow!
This is an outrage.
That's a mean ant. That is a mean ant. Hey, Berta Sanchez, what's going on, Mike Holbrook? Day for president. You better believe you. Mike, we're going to do it with your money. Can't wait for that campaign contribution. Craig Davis from Durant, Mississippi. All right, let's talk weather, shall we?
All right.
Please take it away.
We got a severe thunderstorm warning in Rankin County. That is the only county it is for. Look at that little guy. Covers up the whole warning now. They issued it a little while ago, about 20 minutes. And it will continue until 3:15. But a nice hefty little cell there. The hail not up to an inch, but some gusty winds, potentially up to 60 miles per hour. That probably won't be for everyone that's in the warning, but
it's going to get canceled quick.
It
too.
is
moving at a good pace.
Yeah, it is. Just like everything that we've been seeing today so far. These storms moved in pretty quickly and early this morning. Shortly after 10, we started to see them, and they're trimming back that warning now. I just saw it update a little bit, but that's what we're going to be tracking going into the rest of the day today and through tomorrow. We're going to see more showers and storms. We could even have 2 rounds tomorrow, an early morning round and then a later afternoon round, similar to what we're seeing today. By Wednesday or Thursday, it looks like our rain chances start to go down some, and that's going to allow temperatures to go up. So that will continue going into the weekend, mostly dry conditions, but hotter if we're missing out on the rain. So here's what we got. This is just a model, but we're likely to be done with the rain for today as we go into Berta has some good tips over there. For today as we go into the later evening, the overnight hours, but early tomorrow morning north of Interstate 20, some hefty storms pushing in. So that'll impact your morning commute. And then for the rest of us, our afternoon and evening. Now, I said Wednesday or Thursday. This still says maybe we start to see some decent coverage on Wednesday, but it's not as high as what we're seeing today or what we will likely see tomorrow. Our highs are high, though.
Yeah. Summer's Friday.
Yeah, official summer start is Friday. It'll be feeling like it. And then it'll get even warmer for the first official weekend of summer. Temperatures likely in the mid 90s. But look at our muggy meter. Boo.
Yeah, me no likey.
Boo that.
Nope.
And boo this.
Yep.
So National Weather Service already saying that by the weekend, they're expecting to have to put out some heat alerts, some heat advisories, that sort of thing. Really, it's not going to make that much of a difference. You need to already be taking those extra heat safety precautions before we get to the 105 to 110 degree range. It's just that the heat stress is going to be worse on your body faster once we get to the weekend days, but you're still going to be feeling it by Wednesday or Thursday, especially if we're missing out on the rain. Speaking of the official start of summer, the latest sunset that we'll see coming up, 8:11-ish. After that, our sunsets get earlier.
Yeah. I'm not happy about that.
No.
But I'm not going to complain. I love this time of year. Even though it's a little warm at times, I do like it when a thunderstorm cools things off. I did some yard work over the weekend too, but I did it when it was cloudy because I couldn't get any direct sun on my face. So I was out there, but I still put the stuff on anyway during the day. I definitely put the other stuff on. Just right now I'm on the last one, so I can't do it. But yeah, I will tell you right now that that sun is hot. You sweat.
Oh my gosh!
Immediately, and
it doesn't go anywhere. No. It just stays on you.
But let me tell you something. So I used to, I was a farmer for a while back, a long time ago when I lived in Florida, and I worked through the summer. I did. Of course, I was younger then, so that's a little bit different. You do more stupid things when you're younger. You're like, I don't need that much to drink, and then of course you're getting heat stress at 11 a.m. And so, the heat doesn't bother me that much. I will work in the heat, but I have to be more cautious of what I'm doing because just you can get dehydrated so quickly.
Right.
And, people don't realize. They're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it's a huge deal. So it's just really something else. But I have a little more yard work to do this weekend. There's a little area that I want to plant, like a palm tree. But do I really want to be digging? The digging is the part that gets you. It gets your heart pumping, and you're just like, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It might be a fall thing, but I hate planting in the fall here because it's you're playing with fire. It's either gets too cold in the winter and then it's dead, whatever you tried planting, because it's still a baby. If you plant now, you at least got a good chance going into the summer to have it really grow and flourish. Anyway, these are my little planting things for you. Let's say hi, Craig Davis. Thank you for keeping me alert with the weather. That's what we do, Craig. We appreciate that. Abigail McKenzie, that storm of Capaya, very loud, full of lightning. It's gone though out of Capaya, right? Can you pull the radar back up real quick? Well, I don't know which one you're referring to. It might be the one that actually moved into Rankin now, but there's one in southeastern Capaya that's still pretty nasty. Verta Sanchez, spray everything. That's her motto. Just spray it.
Even your shoes.
Yeah. Joanne Green, good afternoon. Joanne Green. Hey, let's say hi to Rochelle Cawthorn. Good job. I don't know if she's talking about you or me. Gilda Vera speaks. Indian Trail thunderstorms. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that
Tiffany
means.
Boyd
either.
Crawford. It's thundering and lightning in Camden, and the lights are out. Let's take a look. Well, that storm's moved out into Lee County now at this point. Look at this. Vera Sanchez. She's telling you how to do it. A quarter teaspoon salt per bottle of water when you work outside. That is interesting because it keeps your electrolytes
to keep you.
going.
Yeah.
I thought she was giving up a thing where you could spray yourself.
I thought that too for a second.
With a quarter thing of salt. And Conway Stevens says hi.
Hi.
Angela Montgomery, hello from Raymond. Hey, we got Barbara Ainsworth checking in, saying, hey, Dave and Elise, we appreciate you. So nice to have you along for the ride this afternoon.
For sure.
So I want to tell you something, Elise, then we're going to go. I bought a watermelon.
Smith County watermelon?
Yeah, from the guy in Smith County.
Oh.
Okay. I talked to him. I met him. I was like, did you grow this watermelon? He goes, I sure did. And he's legit.
There's a man in Flowood selling Smith County watermelons.
But
he's just called the watermelon guy.
What you do when you want to verify if it's a real Smith County watermelon, you say to him, can I follow you to your house?
And what do they say to that?
If they're not willing to do that, then they're definitely not from Smith County. Powers flickering. Robin, Suzanne, Pelahatchie, Brandon Barter. Must something have on the line. That's that big storm we were just tracking for you.
That is the one that you're still in a severe thunderstorm warning. In fact,
Look at that. Everybody's in the upper 70s, low 80s. If it were just real, and I say real only because the humidity is like 100%. So the moment the sun comes back out, all this stuff just turns right back into.
I'll tell you what, that's yesterday. We got just a couple of peaks of sunshine. It was miserable. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. That's all we got for you right now.
Lexi Payne, Hillsborough, Mississippi, told they're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's pull up. I think the only severe thunderstorm warning we have going right now is Rankin.
Yeah, it's in Rankin.
But that storm's going to slip into Scott County here before long, so I'd be paying attention as it moves northeastward. So northwestern areas, I'd say anywhere north of I-20 in Scott County. Get ready for a nasty storm here in the next half hour or so.
Agreed.
And like Elise said, more on the way for the next few days before we try to dry things out later this week. We really heat things up mid-90s. Yeah, Craig Davis. I'm going to take some pictures here in a minute. I got to go cut it up. I just don't want to cut my fingers off. So maybe I'll find someone else.
Don't do that.
That guy, John, the engineer, he likes to cut up the watermelon.
Just winds, rain, and hail.
Yep, wind, rain, hail. All these storms. Hey, Jan Gibbons, Hendon from Mize. All these storms are what I call their thresholding, which means they billow up, they get to a nasty level where they put out some wind, some hail, but they don't really go above that. They're not overachieving, if you know what I'm saying. And so they then push down a lot of rain, cooler air, which suppresses other thunderstorms in some cases and builds others up. I mean, take a look here in Scott County around Forest, east of Forest. You have very intense thunderstorms. Then you've got that intense storm that's sitting on the border of Capaya and Rankin. And then if you go a little bit farther south, if I can get you to drag just a little farther south over by Hazelhurst, south of Hazelhurst, there's that storm there, and that's moving towards Georgetown. So that's going away from I-55. So, yep. And Jimmy Reed, yeah, you don't want it in Scott County. I don't want it in my county either. The stuff in eastern Louisiana we'll keep an eye on as it tries to move into southwestern Mississippi. The overall trend, though, will be for it to kind of dissipate as we go through the next few hours, because right now we're at the peak heating for the day. Got another couple hours to deal with this kind of stuff billowing up. And then once we get closer to sunset, everything just goes kaput very quickly, and we'll be out of this mess. All right, folks, Elise is going to be up on Studio 3, WLBT News at 4 and 4:30. I'll be on WLBT News at 5 and 6 p.m. Then we're going to come back here to check on y'all at 6:30. You don't have to sit here the whole time, but you are expected to watch our TV broadcasts. Okay, we are taking attendance. And then we'll be back here at 6:30 to tell you all about the weather as we see it going forward, as we have new model data to look at and a whole bunch of other stuff. Until then, enjoy yourselves. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Stay with WLBT3. If a warning does pop up, it'll go across the top of your screen. We'll also break into programming if the situation warrants. Until then, folks, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.